Chief starts his day like any average horse, with a nice brushing.
So we tack him up. We'll groom him really quickly. He requires a little bit more because of his color.
He not only matches a black and white police car, but also patrols neighborhoods with LAPD officer Thomas Willers, who's been on the force for 15 years, 6 with the mounted unit.
The head trainers try to pair you with a horse with your ability. He's a little bit more difficult of a horse. Requires a lot more warm-up.
Before that happens, Chief is fitted with a pad, saddle, and bridle. Now he's ready for his warm-up.
We start from the ground, and what that does is that introduces flexibility into the horse. The horse is working on sidewalks, tight alleyways, in between cars. They need to be flexible. They can't be stiff.
That means starting off with a neck stretch and checking that his back feet cross over so he can move in place. Chief practices following behind Willers, stopping on a dime if needed.
And they say, you know, if you have somebody running and they quickly run into a house, well, we can get off the horse and go after them.
Chasing after bad guys are only part of the job. This unit can be seen patrolling the Venice Boardwalk, doing demonstrations and search and rescue all over LA, a career that can last well over a decade for the horses. Now, Chief is an example of a horse that has many years left on the force, but this guy here, Montana, has been with them for about 15 years, but he's going to be heading for greener pastures soon.
Right now, we have a lot of our horses that have been around for a long time. We like to retire them well.
Coffee, who has been with the unit for 6 years, says they'll head to ranches, back to their original owners, or even therapeutic stables. The unit has 25 officers, but with 10 new recruits coming in next month, that leaves the mounted unit short in the stables.
Now, the process to bring a new horse in is very hard. Out of 10 horses, we might buy one of those horses, maybe, depends.
On horses passing a vet check and having a good demeanor. They prefer male quarter horses around 5 years old, already neutered, but are open to all breeds and ages.
If a horse is willing to work in the environment that we take them into, we'd love to have them.
That environment can include loud noises like gunshots or firecrackers and people touching the horses. For a flight animal whose instinct is to run, that isn't easy. It's not a walk in the park for the officers either.
So we're up and down on these horses probably 30 some odd times a day. Up, down, arresting people, writing tickets. We don't respond to any calls. We're there specifically for the citizens that live there or that are visiting there.
The horses work several days a week and get breaks, just like officers do.